Hello everyone, this is Hammertron here on my HammerMobil channel with a new Playmobil review for you. This time I am reviewing the Playmobil set 6464 Group of Outlaws. This is a Playmobil Plus set. This particular set was put together, it looks like, sometime in 2019. I bought this through the Playmobil webpage during 2020, and because it's a Playmobil Plus set, it comes in a simple plastic bag with all of the parts in it. So it is probably a re-release of an older set. They're just releasing it again without the box. So, which is nice. You get extra sets, maybe at a lower price. You get some extra things to put together in a nice diorama or collection. So I will open this up and put it together and review this in just a moment. These are the animals that come with this Group of Outlaw set. We have, looks like a chicken here, where we have to attach this lower part here for the leg or feet. It's not very detailed, but it adds some articulation where we can move this chicken to look like it's eating something off the ground or just standing. So it's nicely sculpted, and it looks like it has a little bit of paint there, so nice little detail. We have a dog. Looks like it's all one color. So and nice sculpted detail with a tail sticking up. The tail is articulated, so it moves up and down, so that's good. The head is articulated, and up and down and back up again. So looks nice. We have two squirrels. One in kind of a running position. There's a little hole on the bottom there. This one is in a sitting position. And there's also a hole there. The hole is meant to go on a peg on a tree. So we'll get to that later. So these are nice. And then we have six birds. 6 birds in 3 poses. So here's one standing. There's a hole on the bottom there. And 2 of them are standing. Here's one where it looks like it's about ready to take flight. See, the wings are sticking out to the side a little bit. That also has a hole on the bottom. And then 2 that are like this, where it's in an eating position. There's a little hole there. And then finally we have the horse. Here it's a nice looking horse with one point of articulation where the head is up and then it moves down. Now it could go down further, except it's blocked by this piece of plastic here. So we have to attach a lot of things to the horse. We attach this piece, the saddle, another piece here, this, and this. We attach all of that to the horse to make it look like it's ready to be ridden. And it is meant to fit in a Playmobil figure, so the horse is very thin. So we slide the figure down there, and they hold this with one hand. Lots of nice little painted details there. So I think this is maybe the original style of horse that Playmobil made. I seem to recall having one in a brown color way back in either the late 70s or early 80s. I don't think I have that one anymore. So this one is more recently made. The mold might be the original mold, but this one was made sometime in 2019, and I bought this in 2020. So there's a little tail, but it doesn't move. So It's a nice looking horse with a lot of extra details that we have to attach, so it's kind of fun putting it together like this. Here are some of the smaller items that come with this set. We have a couple of musical instruments. So I'm not sure what these are called, but here the figure can hold it in one hand and play this musical instrument. And this one, I think these two go together where they can hold it in one hand with that peg there and hold the other one and play this instrument. Well, this toy doesn't actually play, but it's supposed to look like that. So these are nice little detailed instruments. Here is a bucket with a handle. This came pre-assembled. And then we have lots of mugs, maybe beer mugs or ale mugs, and here are some inserts. We put the insert in each one. I have not pushed it all the way in because I think it will snap into place. But we have a variety of these. This is meant to represent the beer or ale foaming in the mug. So I think that's a really nice detail. So none of these has been pushed all the way in because I think they'll be snapped into place. I was just really interested with this extra little detail. So it really helps build a nice scene or diorama with all this extra little detail. So I was just really amazed with this. Now, what I was especially happy about was this one here. This one has a hole here where you put the mug in, and this is meant to represent some of the beer or ale being spilled on the table. So wow, I thought that was really neat. So there's two of these. So wow, that's a lot of extra detail, and it really helps make a nice diorama. So I'm very impressed with the detail in these things here. So we have 10 mugs. 8 of them have the beer or ale in the mug, and then 2 of them have the beer or ale spilled out. So wow, I'm just really impressed with that level of detail. Here are some of the larger accessories that come with this set. We have a nice table here. This came as one piece. It's either molded as one piece or it was already assembled. And we have 3 benches. These were already assembled or it's a single piece. So these benches look nice. And then here we have a piece of fence. It was all one piece, so it's either molded that way or they assembled it. I think it was molded as a single piece. So it looks nice. And then here is the keg of beer or ale. It's a barrel that we attach down here. Looks like there's some handles where some figures can get together and carry the whole thing. And this attaches. We have to attach the ends, so nice printing there on this side, and it looks like the same on this side. Here's a little plug here and a little plug, and with this set we also get an extra plug, maybe in case we lose one of those. And here we can get the beer or ale out on this side. So we just put this back together. So I think it looks pretty nice. Lots of extra little detail, and our group of outlaws have something to drink while they are hiding out in the forest. Here's the tree from this set, and I'm actually pretty impressed with this tree. So we can look at it from different angles here. There are some groups of leaves for the tree. So there's 9 groups of leaves, and they have 3 different patterns, so 3 of each, and each one of them has a couple of pegs, tiny little pegs sticking up. I plugged them in so the little pegs are sticking up, because this is where, let's see, can we see the peg there? There. This is where we put the little birds or the squirrels on this tree. So we have to plug those in, and the directions did have a specific way of putting these groups of leaves in. We just plug them in to little holes here. So I don't think it really matters where we put them in. We can change them to any way we want. So I just followed the directions this time. I'll probably change it around, although I don't know if I'll be able to tell the difference either way. Now it looks like here's a little peg here where we can put a squirrel, but I had trouble plugging it in, so it just takes some patience to put it in there. And at the bottom there was a separate piece that we put together to complete the tree. So the rest of this is all a single piece. So I really like the way this looks. So I'll have it set up with all the other pieces in the figure so we can see how big it is all together. So I just like the way this one looks. Here are the figures we get with this set here. We get 7 characters, 2 women and 5 men. So it's a nice selection of characters, and I have added the hats and aprons and weapons, and in some cases some shoes and cloak to the characters. So we'll take a look at them. Here we have, looks like a friar, and we have to add the sandals to his feet. So it's a little bit interesting. I was not expecting to add the sandals. He's also carrying a book, his copy of the Bible, and he has this cloak that we put around his neck here, so it snaps into place. So a little bit of printing on the front of the body there. Now if we look at the body, it looks like he's a little bit fatter. Nothing happening on the back here. So we can turn the head, and we don't have a circular type hairpiece, but he is bald on the top of his head there. So the articulation is the same. We can turn or move the arms, turn the wrists. The legs are a single piece that move up and down. So when we attach the cloak, it snaps into place, and it restricts the movement of his head. So here, I'm not sure what this is supposed to be, what he's supposed to be. So just some outlaw. He has a hat, snaps into place on the circular type hairpiece, and this collar piece was already attached. This belt was attached. I just added the dagger into his belt. There's the dagger, so it fits in nicely. And so the arm movement is limited by this plastic piece here, so we can't go all the way around. We can turn the head. The legs are a single piece. Looks like no real printing, just some painted shoes there. So it looks nice. Here, this one is an armored warrior. I think he rides the horse, so he's almost like a knight. So a nice helmet. It snaps onto a circular type hairpiece, and this plume is added to the top of the helmet, so it looks nice. Extra mustache on the face there. He has an extra collar piece here that limits the arm articulation a little bit. Lots of nice printing on the body here, and even on the back, so lots of printing and designs there, so I really appreciate that. Nothing on the side, nothing on this side, so they did put in a lot of effort to give him some armor on the front and the back, so I appreciate the attention to detail. Then we have a belt that was already attached. I've given him a crossbow, so that looks nice. So we just put it in his hand here. I've also given him the sword. The sword looks nice, so I like that. And on the legs we attach the spurs. So here's the one that rides the horse. So these spurs are extra pieces that we have to attach to the legs there. So they snap into place, and if we look carefully, looks like little spiked wheels on the back there. You know, just like what the cowboys wear. So that looks nice. And here is one of the women. So she has a bonnet or hat. It goes onto the circular type hairpiece here. She has some nice rosy cheeks. And this one, we add this apron. We see some nice printing on the body here. Nothing on the legs. Nothing on the back. So wider hips. So this piece just slides over like that. And here's a dress piece. It's a single piece that moves up and down, you know, when we take this part off. And then here we have to add some shoes, otherwise she would have bare feet. So just add some shoes. So that's a nice looking figure there. And then here, this outlaw looks like an archer. Maybe he's meant to be kind of like Robin Hood. So he has a nice hat that snaps onto the circular type hairpiece. And this collar piece here was already attached to the figure. This quiver here with the arrows, we just slide this on over the head and the arm. So we just slide it over to put it on. And we have to attach this feather to the hat. So that fits in. We can snap it into place here. And I don't know if I just broke that or if that just slides into place. I guess we don't have to move the arm, we can just slide that into place. And then here's an arrow, or not an arrow, this is a bow. So a little bit pliable plastic, but we just put it in the hand. So the articulation is the same like all the others, but it's a plain looking body. So no belt, no printing, just a little bit of paint for the feet there. And this one, I'm not sure what he is supposed to be. He has a nice big hammer, so it certainly looks nice. Has kind of a hat that goes onto the circular type hairpiece. He has an extra beard. And then some kind of apron or something, but this was already attached. And if we look at the body, he's a bit fat. He's a fatter character. This one, if we look at the body, he's thinner. So they do have different sized bodies for these characters. Some of them are a little bit fat, some are a bit thinner. So I like the variety of body types and shapes, so it gives us a little variety. So this piece just fits over the body. Well, it does have a little bit of printing there, but it's covered up by this cloth. And he also had extra shoes, so I'm not sure why he had extra shoes. Interesting beard there. So the articulation is the same like all of the others. Oops. So we'll just put the hat back on. And the last one, this woman, she has an extra little band that we attach to the circular type hairpiece. An extra little hair clip. I think this is a hair clip. Some tiny little thing that I think goes onto the hair back here. That's about the only place I can put it. So it's a tiny little thing, and then this thing is going to get lost very quickly and very easily. So other than that, she has no other accessories, and it looks like she has bare feet, so not enough shoes to go around. And just a little bit of painting. There's a nice extra necklace there, but no other details other than that. So this is a nice selection of outlaw characters. It seems like it would almost be like Robin Hood and his merry men, but just a little bit different. So here I have everything displayed in a little mini diorama. I have one woman playing a musical instrument, and we have the archer or Robin Hood and the knight on the horse coming in. We have the friar with his Bible here. We have some animals running around. I put the birds on the pegs on the leaves and in the tree up here. So a couple of the pegs were not very sturdy, so we want to look out for that. And here I have one woman handing out mugs. Now when we have the figure holding something out in front of them, it throws them off balance and they can't stand properly, so I'm going to have her propped up on the table here so that she stands upright. So I'm pretty happy with the way this set is put together. I like the tree and the tables, and I like all the figures and the characters. So a lot of great potential for different dioramas and displays, especially if we mix them up with some other sets that are of a similar theme, like some knights or medieval themed sets. So overall it's a really nice set. I especially like the tree. If I can put that together with a bunch of other trees from other sets, I can have a very nice forest. So I'm really happy with this set altogether. So thank you for watching my review video. Please like the video and leave a comment, and subscribe to my channel to keep up to date with my future reviews. I'll see you next time. Bye everyone.